From scamming millions of dollars out of desperate people to brainwashing their followers into stalking their exes, this is the story of Jeff and Shaleia Ayan, and the most evil cult you've probably never heard of. Before the money, the Netflix documentary, and the countless horrible accusations, Jeff and Shalia lived pretty normal lives. Jeff grew up in Michigan within a Catholic family. He wasn't much different to anyone else. He enjoyed hobbies like swimming and theatre, and eventually went on to graduate from Western Michigan University Business School in 2010. After finishing college, Jeff sold all his belongings and eventually moved to Hawaii, where he changed his name to Ender Ayanethos, which was inspired by a novel called Ender's Game. This tweet from Jeff in 2012 says, "Someone emailed me today saying I should start a cult. Free punch at my jungle compound. I guess bro had a dream." Shalia was born with the name Megan. She grew up in Canada, also in a Catholic household. She worked as a Reiki practitioner and psychic. It isn't hard to see why these two suited each other. Jeff and Shalia met online in 2012, with their first significant interaction being in 2014, when Jeff shared a meme on Shalia's Facebook wall. Upon beginning their relationship, Megan changed her name to Shalia on the advice of her spiritual teacher. At this time, the couple began documenting their relationship online. Jeff already had a number of websites, including awakenedintimacy.net and Divine Guide Readings, where, I'm not kidding when I say this, Jeff claimed he had divine healing powers, and for a hefty price, he could heal cancer. So you can see how this would be a problem. But it wasn't until 2017 that Jeff and Shalia finally decided they didn't want to heal cancer anymore. It was time to heal heartbreak. So they officially funded Twin Flames Universe, an online community and organization that claims to help individuals find their twin flame through courses and coaching. The cost to join the course? $222 per month, and with over 38,000 people in the groups, you can only imagine the amount of money Jeff and Shalia were making from this business. They would use exercises such as the mirror exercise.
Are you upset or something bothering you? Do the mirror exercise.
This was supposed to encourage self-reflection, yet it's eerily similar to exercises performed by Scientology, the Unification Church, and the People's Temple, all with one goal: increased control and manipulation by the leadership. In the beginning, Twin Flames seemed to function like any other online spiritual community, with extremely high prices. But eventually things started to get dark. Jeff and Shalia started encouraging members to pursue individuals designated as their twin flames, even when those individuals were completely uninterested or even in some cases had issued restraining orders. L, a former TFU member, was arrested for violating a restraining order after persistently pursuing someone she believed was her twin flame. She is now an outspoken critic of Jeff and Shalia's practices. Another ex-member, Lorraine, spent a month in jail for similar reasons. She reported being encouraged by TFU leaders to continue pursuing her twin flame despite legal restrictions. In another case, a man reported that a TFU member, believing him to be her twin flame, stalked him across multiple countries, leading to a restraining order and eventually her arrest. See, initially, TFU members were often assigned with twin flames who were not in the organization, and most often these assigned twin flames had no idea what TFU even was, which is what led to Jeff and Shalia getting themselves in some hot water. They knew they needed to make a change. So in response to these controversies, TFU changed its policy to assign twin flames exclusively among existing members, So if you paid Jeff and Shalia to find your destined partner, they would just pick another person who is also paying them and tell them you're destined for each other. This meant Jeff and Shalia now had full control over member interactions, but there was one problem. There was far more female members in the Twin Flames group than there were males, making it hard to find straight couples to match together. The solution? Jeff and Shalia started promoting the idea that each person in the group embodies either a divine masculine or divine feminine energy, essential for achieving a union with one's twin flame. And these masculine and feminine energies were not tied to one's physical gender. This led to multiple members alleging the group pressured them to conform to assigned gender roles, sometimes leading to unwanted gender transitions. Anne, a former TFU member, recounted being told by Jeff to explore adopting a male name and pronouns, despite being born as and identifying as a woman. Jeff referred to her as Anne the Man and pressured her to take the name Dan. When Anne resisted, she and her partner, Katrina, were ostracized from the community. There are even accounts of members pursuing hormone therapies and surgeries to fit gender roles decided by Jeff and Shalia. These actions were often taken under the belief that conforming to these roles was necessary to achieve union with their twin flame. In 2019, Jeff and Shalia established the Church of Union as an extension of their twin flames universe. The church aimed to unify all religion under one spiritual umbrella. Within the church, Jeff is referred to as the Father Christ, and Shalia is referred to as Mother Christ, while their daughter was to be referred to as the Princess of all creation. Together, they are described as the Master Christ, eternal ruler of all creation by God's living hand. The church offered teachings they called teachings of union. Some of their teachings included the mirror exercise, as well as the mind alignment process, an online service that claims to, I'm not kidding, treat PTSD and other traumas through spiritual methods. By 2020, investigative reports and journalists brought TFU's practices into the spotlight, leading to widespread criticism and allegations of cult-like behavior. Since then, Netflix released a docuseries, Escaping Twin Flames, receiving 100% on Rotten Tomatoes and winning multiple awards. And as of 2025, the Michigan Attorney General's office confirmed an open investigation into the group. Despite all this, Twin Flames is still running, with Jeff and Shalia still posting on social media and earning millions of dollars from their cult following.